What's up guys, welcome back to a new Baki Dou chapter review. Today we have chapter 70 titled He's That Kid. If you're a Baki fan and haven't already, make sure to subscribe and join the Discord to talk more about Baki's greatness. So as a whole, this chapter was typical length as normal chapters, around 19 pages, but honestly nothing really happened in these 19 pages. It was kind of a bit of a letdown. We start off with the sumo dude who's fighting Hanayama, blood coming out of his nose. Everyone go over how he's already faced the ground, he's already bleeding everywhere. You got the earth all on his back, all on his body, you got blood going everywhere, the world is wide, and men like this really do exist. You know, everyone in shock of Hanayama's power and what he's going on so far in the fight. Pretty much admiring Hanayama's power, saying this man has arms with firepower to take out a sumo wrestler who is ready for a hit, and they're not even ready. They may be, you know, prepared to take a punch, but not prepared to take a punch from this absolute Chad, Hanayama. And also we may be getting signs that Hanayama is getting serious, with him finally taking his hands out of his pocket after going for the first punch in the fight. Honestly, Hanayama, this ended, dude. Honestly, I'm over this sumo dude. This ended. Everyone in the crowd is just standing off. He's going, oh, who is this Hanayama guy? Look, the sumo dudes or sumo commentator dudes realizing that it's that kid, and that years ago Hanayama faced one of the top sumo dudes, or faced one of the commentators, and when he was in high school destroyed one of them only using one hand, showing that in high school he was already far above these other giant people, and that Hanayama since birth has always been a beast. But we already know all this pretty much. I don't know why we're really going over all this again, but it is what it is. We even got glimpses of backstory where they were looking to recruit high school Hanayama into the world of sumo due to his overwhelming power, but they decided not to go for this because apart from sumo being, you know, a showcase of strength and all that, it's going to be broadcasted to people, and he has his face covered in awful blade scars, and then on the back he has his Yakuza tattoo, so he wouldn't be perfect for the crowd to see him in, you know, the spotlight. And then the final panel of the chapter is pretty much Hanayama preparing a stance to continue fighting, with him looking extra serious in this panel, more serious than he's looked so far in this fight. And then the sumo wrestler dude preparing himself for possibly another attack, but he still has blood going everywhere from his nose and everywhere on his face. So that was pretty much the chapter. That's all that really happened. Wasn't that interesting. The fight didn't get any more interesting. It was more just the sumo dude getting up some backstory for Hanayama or end the sumo sport and everything regarding that. So honestly, not that good of a chapter in my opinion. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments of this chapter. I don't believe it's on break for 2 weeks this time, so we should get a chapter next week, which is Gucci to see. And I hope Hanayama ends the fight next chapter and we get to the next one. Like honestly, this fight has been lacking. The first two fights of Goki and Dopporochi were much more interesting, especially the Goki one. Gotta respect that fight. That fight was very entertaining, with Goki taking out a, I think, 300 kilo sumo wrestler with his technique, and actually took quite a bit of damage. While this fight, it's more this standing on and Hanayama dealing one powerful punch, and the sumo wrestler spent like 2 chapters now trying to recover, when Hanayama could have just ended it right there and then. And most likely next chapter, the sumo wrestler may be able to damage Hanayama, or Hanayama will just end up destroying the sumo wrestler, and we'll go on to the next round, which I hope it's going to be either Baki, Sukune, and I hope Katsumi Orochi possibly goes later. What's also good to mention is Hanayama wins this match, it's going to be 3 wins to 0. Does that mean the tournament's over and they don't need to do the other matches? So that's just something to note. But that's pretty much everything for today's review. Hope you enjoyed, and that's it guys. Peace.